248-539-9797. Stoney in for Mikey. By the way, I'll be in for John tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We'll be talking to Jason Benetti, the new play-by-play voice for the Tigers on Bally, if you get it.
Do you you miss getting up early?
No.
I'm just curious.
No.
Like some people, it's like so routine. It's just like, yeah, I'm just up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I did think I'd be getting up more towards the 9:30, 10 o'clock hour, but I do get up pretty much like 7:30.
Okay.
So
you can just sleep in a little.
Yeah, I get to sleep in. The best part is I get to watch the late night playoff games in both sports.
You can stay up as late as you
Yes, that's a beautiful thing. By the way, coming up, around 4:30 there, Hatchet, we have a little surprise for Rico. Little game show we're going to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Something I came up with and figured it'd be better if we just surprise you. Test your knowledge.
Okay. Do I get to know the topic?
You will when we start. You don't need to know now.
Okay. All right. 248-539-9797. Can you list 30 NBA players who could play in the NFL? Because Austin Rivers seems to think it's just that easy. And that the NFL players couldn't play. Now, there is one guy that I think could, that I could add to the list. So I'm now up to, 2 or 3?
I think there's more than you think, too.
There may be, but I'm just that just jump right out. Right. Like, when you say a number like 30, you're just like, oh, it's a bunch of people. It's like, actually.
He's thinking of one. He's thinking of one per team is what he's thinking.
You can get one per team at least. Yeah, you could.
To play in the NFL?
Yeah.
I got some names right here from somebody.
Ant-Man, I think.
I was about to say Ant-Man is one.
That's coming across a lot. Someone else says David Roddy, P.J. Tucker, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Lou Dort, Ja Morant. So that's just a few that he's naming here.
Most of them are all running backs, obviously.
They say cornerback for some of them.
Cornerback,
yeah.
No.
P.J. Tucker would be a tight end. Sure.
Corner?
David Roddy would be a tight end. Yeah, Ja Morant could be a nice corner. Yes. He has the build for that. Lou Dort, yeah, physical corner, safety, yes.
Maybe a safety.
P-Bev.
Yes, Pat Beverly.
Maybe a safety.
He could be a quarterback. He saw him throw that ball.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Devin, you're on 97.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all feeling?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I disagree with Austin Rivers, man. I feel like there's a lot of players that could easily cross over, and I'm just thinking like purely off toughness. Now, are we talking like current NBA players, or are we talking about just NBA players in general?
No, he's talking about the current NBA players.
Okay, because I was kind of throwing it back. I was thinking like maybe anybody from the old 4 going to work Pistons, that starting 5, they could definitely play football for sure.
No, he's talking about the guys right here, right now. And Devin, I'm sitting there thinking, you don't even like playing in your own sport. I mean, how many days off do NBA players take?
That's what I'm saying, because I was thinking of Kawhi immediately. Like, he would never last in the NFL.
No.
But like Luka Garza could be on the Lions because he's from Iowa.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Nice talking to y'all, though. Thank you.
I appreciate the phone call. That's okay. I get it now. But, NFL, I don't think it's just as easy as he makes it sound.
No, it's not. But the fact that he intimated that the NFL players couldn't cross over. Come on, that's absurd.
Right. Because I got to think that, you got some NFL players who could cross over. I don't know.
Myles Garrett could probably cross over playing the NBA.
Who?
Myles Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? I don't think he's still playing anymore. Former Lion Kerry Hyder, I think, was an all-state basketball player. Because most of those guys played both sports.
Right. So, I could easily see there's certain players that, somehow or another, I look at Lamar Jackson. I don't know what his handles are like, but he just seems like a type of person he could play in the league.
Yeah.
I look at Jalen Hurts. He could probably play in somebody's backcourt.
We look back, obviously 30 years ago, Barry Sanders could dunk. Jerry Ball could dunk.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll be that easy. Let's go back to the phone lines. Mike, you are on 97.1.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
You guys are way off the mark, way off. and Austin Rivers is about right. I had the fortunate ability in high school to play all three sports. And by far, baseball players and basketball players, average skill level has to be tremendous. We're not just talking about athleticism. We're talking about skill level. You look at the roster in the NBA, there are 53 guys on each team. NBA, there are 15.
You mean
we're not even talking about the
53 on the NFL?
Right.
Yeah, 53 in the NFL, yeah. So we're not even talking about travel players and all of that. You look at these guys, man. When you look at the NBA players, the skill level to make it in the NBA, it's only 2 rounds to a draft, not 7.
Right.
These guys are tremendous athletes, man. I'm telling you. You look at somebody like I'm talking about just on the Pistons, the sorry ass Pistons. Sar Thompson is a tremendous athlete. I can see him playing wide out. I can see him playing free safety.
Mike, I'm not talking about their athletic ability. I'm saying most NBA players are just soft. That's all.
No, that's not true. That's way beyond true. Most NBA players, you look at a Kawhi Leonard and stuff like that. Did you see the game last night with the New York Knicks?
Yes.
Did you watch the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah.
I didn't see softness nowhere. Now, you guys are taking it and going a long way with this soft crap.
I think you're not listening completely to both of us.
Mike,
I think there's enough on both. I think there's more football players that would cross over more than the other way around. But I think they both.
And Mike,
I'm talking about NFL, NBA level.
Mike, here's what I'm saying. Mike, here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You don't need Roger Goodell to come out and tell NFL players, guys, I need you to really go into the games and play. But you're getting that from Adam Silver. Basically saying, hey, this load management crap, how about you just play your own game? They don't like playing their own game, so what makes me think they can excel in another sport?
So hold on a second. You're broadly stating that. That's not cool.
Load management was an NBA problem. It wasn't a team problem. It wasn't an individual. It was a league problem that they had to say, guys, unless you're really hurt, get up and play in these games.
I'm not against what you just said as far as that, but San Antonio started that crap, man. Michael Jordan, the bad boys, they didn't do all of that crap.
No, they didn't. But, Mike, we're talking right here, right now, not the 90s. You're right. Back then, you may have had an argument. I'm talking about these players, like, come on,
There are players.
I said there are some. There's some, Mike.
Fellas, we still talking about the skill level to play the sport. Forget all of that. I'm stating to you that there are guys like True Holiday, Brunson could be free safety. There are guys out there, a lot of receivers and safeties. You're stating, well, Barry Sanders can dunk. That ain't making it to the NBA. I'm talking about skill level that some of these NBA players show in the NBA that can transfer over.
But when you agree that they've had to, and some of them probably did, because my point was both NFL players and NBA players, most of them probably played both sports if they're American and excelled at both anyway. So yeah, for instance, Paolo Banchero, I think he could play in the NFL if he was trained to play in the NFL, right?
And I also think there's a lot of NFL players that if you train them, they could go into the NBA.
Right.
You got to be able to read defense. You got to be able to do a lot of stuff. It's not like you just go out on the NFL field and it's just so easy. Oh, but you need this skill set to play in the NBA. Like, once again, you make a mistake in the NBA, it's a breakaway dunk. Make a mistake in the NFL, somebody's getting laid out. Somebody's getting carried off the field.
He played in the NBA, TJ Lang would score 25 and 10 every game.
Okay. Sure. Just stick to the movies, TJ. 248-539-9797.
By the way, a little breaking news here since we're talking kind of NBA, NFL. The Phoenix Suns have fired Frank Vogel. He's no longer their coach.
Gee, what a surprise, Ishbia.
I've never seen a man just burn down the organization so quickly.
But everything's great here, he said last week.
That 26 teams would love to have my roster everything about this team, the draft picks, everything. They would trade with us in a heartbeat. And who? First of all,
and you're
by
pretty
taking
close.
Kevin Durant,
and you follow the Suns closer than I do. But
right,
yeah,
you took Kevin Durant and you sold off all the heart and soul of the team with all
Mikal
the different
Bridges.
Yes. I mean, it was like you got rid of so many players. You brought in Kevin Durant to sell tickets. How'd that work out?
You didn't need to sell tickets. They drew.
They did. He wanted the superstar. You had Booker already. It worked.
And then to make matters worse, the Beal thing? Come on, really?
Yeah. And now you're stuck with him because nobody wants them.
No, Beal gets
Booker
hurt all
wants
the time.
out. I would be demanding a trade if I was him. There's no way I would be sticking around. I'm not. You're going to play musical coach. You know what you're becoming? The Lakers of the Southwest. A lot of hype every year.
Booker for Cade and 2 number 1. No,
man, whatever they wanted, I'd bring Booker home.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. I'd start fresh. I'd raid the G League if I have to for the other 14 roster spots and just go from there. Oh, he's killing that team.
I know. That's what happens when you're impetuous.
That's what happens when you got a lot of money and you think you're smart.
Are you talking about the Pistons or are you talking about the Suns?
Yes. Having money does not make you smart.
No.
I'll just leave it at that.
Except for the Monty thing, the one thing Gores did have, and it obviously hasn't worked, is patience. Right?
Maybe a little too much patience.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just look. I know Matt. I know Matt. You know Matt. He just should have just eased into everything.
Maybe you should quiz Gores. Hey, quick, name your Pistons players.
Yeah.
All right, they got a quiz for me next. 97.1.